the late George Michael's. I thought that song was appropriate in the light of today's events. I want to make this video because I'm sure many of you are like me, shocked at, well, what our species is capable of doing. And the violence that occurred today is the violence that's happening all over the world. It's here in America, has been. But the point to all this is that what we are seeing on display here is collective consciousness. Now let's watch this together. I've turned down the audio because, quite frankly, the imagery is enough. And I want to put this thought as you're watching this. This is collective consciousness because things like this do not happen merely on the conscious level of just a person. And every one of these people here that you will see in this video, what they did not realize is that they were active participants in one of the most powerful abilities our species possess. We've never seemed to master it over on the positive side, but we certainly are masters at the negative. Now, one other thought as we watch this. Nothing happens in the universe, in our reality of illusion. It's all cause and effect. Everything is. You know this in your own personal life. What all these people participated in today, because these people came willingly. Now, what happened here is cause and effect. And what happened in reality is that our species sacrificed 3 of our own. And what every one of these people here have failed to understand, it's not about the skin color. The question they should ask themselves and each other is, well, what color is my soul? And I dare say, if it ever happens that our species reaches that epiphany and realizes that it's not about skin color, it's not about how much I can get for myself. You see, we're still animalistic in that mindset. I don't know if it can ever be removed. Maybe at death through its portal. But I do know this, that when you see collective consciousness in action like this, and when you see our species continually sacrificing 3 sentient soul beings today on the altar of whatever foreign god this is. And think about this as we watch this video together. I can tell you this, folks. The earth is fed up as well, because it's the earth that has to absorb the blood. And the earth is no deity that requires sacrifice being made to it. Think about that. Collective consciousness. Look at this. All ages, all different races. That's the altar right there, folks. It's no different. It really is a human sacrifice. This is collective consciousness in the reverse. Look at this. They don't realize that they're all the same species. And divide upon what? Color? Ideology? You look at this, and it's repeated all over the world. It's increasing. That's collective consciousness, where you begin to get a small number that is of such intensity that it spills over onto the rest of us. Could you imagine if they were carrying torches in the names of all of our fallen species, of our brothers and sisters that have had to die, be sacrificed upon the altar of whatever God, because this is what it is. And I'm going to tell you something. Cause and effect. Look what happened here. The state police helicopter covering their rally crashed. Now, if we had the instrumentation, what do you think the odds may have been that that concentration of collective thought coming together in such heightened emotion, that's soul energy, what you're seeing here, that it had an effect on the machinery and the environment around it? Now, you can say what you want, that it's just coincidence. I don't believe that. Not for a second. Oh, when are we going to learn? I weep for that man. I don't know him. I know he has a soul. I'm sure when he got up this morning, it was not going to be his intent to be a victim. I don't know. I don't know. The question I ask myself is why? Why? Have you had enough? I mean, how much more? This is only going to spread. When will we begin to think humanity? Think of these people there today in Charlottesville, if they had come together and had thought humanity, harmony. They held a thought far greater than for 60 seconds. I assure you that. I hear people telling me all the time, Wayne, this is never going to happen. It's a great idea, but it's never going to happen. People will never support this. And by the amount of activity that we're seeing, I have to say maybe they're right. We should be calling every news station. We should be picking up the phone on Monday morning to our congressmen, our senators, telling them, listen, We don't need to spend any more government money in anything, but we have an alternative. Join our cause. Have Congress join the cause of 60 Seconds for Humanity. Let's make this a moment in national consciousness that on the day that we honor our veterans, that we're going to go forward and honor the sacrifice that they laid down. We've seen what the negative polarity can and will do. It will always require a blood sacrifice of our species. Always. Kid yourself not. When are we going to stop this? When are we going to stop sacrificing our own upon alien foreign gods' altars? And I can tell you this, the earth has had enough of it. In this epoch alone, we've saturated the soil of life with billions of souls. Join me. Let's make this happen. Be kind to one another.